Hello, my YouTubers. Welcome to the post-game show for the Maple Leafs after their 4-3 shootout loss to the New Jersey Devils. I'm now going to take you to the post-game.
Um, just their willingness to throw pucks, at the net. They kind of, anytime they had a chance, an opportunity to shoot the puck, they kind of just turned, fired at the net, and just got traffic. I mean, I think we did a great job defensively, kind of limiting their scoring chances. Obviously, we know they have Hughes, Bratt, guys who can make plays, and I just think that they just had a little more volume than us. I mean, I liked our game. I liked the way we played. We battled, competed. We had some chances. Markey made some great saves for them as well. So it was an entertaining game, going back and forth.
You mentioned volume. I think close to 50 shots. Just physically, where are you at the end of a big bank like this?
You kind of embrace it after, you start getting to 35, 40, you embrace it a little bit and just start digging in deep, start battling a little bit. So, I felt sharp tonight, felt good. It was like playing in this building. So, they kind of knew from the beginning that they were going to throw pucks at the net, and it was just up to me to just kind of stay ready, stay loose, control the rebounds, and do my best to fight them off.
Three regulars out of the line tonight. What did you like the way you do kind of rally?
Yeah, I mean, kind of a little late to, we found out. So, good kudos to those guys for coming in, stepping in, and, Cowboy, also played a great game as well. So, it's exciting to see them come in, step in right away, and, obviously in difficult circumstances and just kind of contribute and, help us get this point.
What are the emotions when you find out like that those guys aren't in?
What was that?
Like, what are the emotions when you find out those guys aren't going to be in?
It's kind of business as usual. It's the next man out mentality, and we obviously know the situation. So, everyone's got to be ready. Everyone's got to be prepared. Get ready to go out there, and if your name's called, you got to be out there and compete. This is like I said the other day. This is our job. This is our this is our season. We get 82 games. And, we got to grind, and you got to show up for every single one.
When did you find out those guys weren't playing?
For me, it was probably on the walkover.
Yeah.
So I imagine those guys who got put in probably found out a little earlier, but for me, it was kind of on the walkover. Saw Lottie in the lobby of the hotel.
Shootouts are more rare these days. Like, how much time do you invest in looking at their shooters?
Yeah, I mean, it's on the video, so you kind of have an idea. But guys are so shifty; they have so many moves now. It's usually 2 or 3 moves, and you kind of go watch them, and you kind of just see how they're coming in and what they're doing. But guys are so creative now, and there's so much skill. You just kind of try to read the stick, and the last 2 games I haven't really been able to do that. So maybe some will start practicing a little more with Curtis. But like you said, they're kind of rare, and especially with the 3-on-3, just back and forth up the ice. So just get back to work and maybe practice those a couple times.
How do you like playing in this building?
I like it. Yeah, it's close to home, and obviously I have a lot of friends and family in the building tonight. So anytime that you're able to play in front of them, it's a privilege and honor. So I'm just trying to put my best foot forward and just enjoy the moment.
If you have kids under 18 in Canada, but you don't have any life insurance to protect them, this could be the most important thing you see today. Can you afford as little as $9.66 per month to help protect your family from unnecessary financial stress when you pass away? If yes, then you could secure up to $100,000 or more in tax-free protection for your loved ones today. Simply click the blue button under my video, complete the easy form on our site, and find out if a couple
Another game where your group kind of hangs around and the end falls a little short. What was the difference?
I think we took quite a bit of penalties.
I think it was a good game by us. Honestly, I thought we held in. I thought we did a great job. I thought we played hard, but we can't let up that many shots. I think we gave up too many great A's and just too many loose pucks in front of our net. I think we just got to take care of that a little bit better, and then in overtime, we just got to be able to put it away.
How much credit does Stoli get for getting you guys a point today?
A ton. I think I don't know what they had, 45 shots, something like that. He stood on his head, and a lot of them was against some really good players on that side, and so he did phenomenal, and he held us in it. I think it would have been out of hand if he wasn't in that. So
When did you find out that Scott Oliver and Bobby weren't going to play, and kind of like what goes through your mind?
Yeah, I found out when I came to get prepared at like 4 o'clock. I saw that they had empty stalls, and it's the business of it. Yeah, it sucks. Those are great guys, and I played with Bobby for 3 years, and with O for 2, and Lottie for 1, and you get to know those guys so well. So it's a crappy feeling not being able to suit up next to them and play with them. But yeah, happens.
Ever since you've been here, this team's been a contender, playoff team for sure. How are you processing what's going on? The fact that probably selling at the deadline out of the playoff picture right now. How are you dealing with it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess no one's happy about it. Everyone's frustrated, and we want to do better, and we're going to try to stick with it. We have the mentality that anything can happen right now. We can still jump back in it, and that should be our focus. We're not going to hang our heads low and feel defeated. I think it's we're still in it. Like, we still have a chance. So keep believing in that, and hopefully it all works out. But it's a crappy feeling that we put ourselves in this situation. But again, it's on this guy. It's on the guys in this locker room to change course and get it back to where it was.
Thanks, man. How do you assess the performance here tonight, William?
Yeah, I thought we, generated a few chances. Played pretty good, I think, to begin with, and then, had some power plays that kind of let off the gas a little bit. They took over, but it was a decently strong game.
What was your reaction when you found out Scott Oliver and Bobby weren't going to play tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you were kind of thinking that might happen. I don't know. So, I mean, you're just doing your best to get ready.
We'll see what happens here, but obviously you and Oliver tell you how tough would it be to see him go?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, all three of them would be very tough to see them go. Something you don't really want to think about too much.
What did you make of your goalie tonight?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Made some unbelievable saves all night.
All you've known is playoffs and being on a contending team here, pretty much. Like, how are you dealing with this? How are you processing all this?
I don't know. It's weird to be in this position right now. Haven't really, I think fully understand it, that might happen. I mean, it's a tight, spot to get in. But, if it doesn't happen, it's a tough position to be in, I think.
What was it like with Easton tonight?
Yeah, I think he played really well. Had some really nice plays. I got that one to the net and hit my hand and went in. So.
What about the third period? We talked about the third period. You tied it up, and then you guys got it to the overtime and shootout.
Yeah, that was kind of what happened there. I think we scored there, and they made a nice play on that 3-3 goal there with 2 minutes left. Not so much you can do.
What was it like going up against Markstrom so soon after the Olympics? I'm not sure if he said something to you after the shootout, but he had a bit of a smile.
No, I didn't say anything, but we'll see him after now, I guess, see what he says.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, cool. So what was it like playing with Austin and William here tonight?
Yeah, it was good. Good to get opportunity. Had a bunch of chances. Would have been nice, capitalize on more, but I felt like we had some pretty good chemistry.
How did you find out that would be your line tonight?
Just kind of when I got to the rink, saw on the board, so just tried to take advantage of the opportunity.
What was your reaction when you found out those three guys were going to be out tonight?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Obviously, it's the way of the business, but obviously unfortunate. What's going on here, but just trying to stay focused on the game and keep playing hockey.
Can you take us through what you saw on the play that led to ultimately Willie's goal, but your shot there from the point?
Just a good face-off by Tone there. Won his battle and then picked it up and had a lot of space to just try to float one in. And Willie had a good flash screen there and got a piece of it.
What's been the biggest challenge for you this season? Like sometimes you're in, sometimes you're out, changing lines, sometimes like, how have you kind of managed it all?
I think that just comes with the game and, the challenge and all that. I'm just trying to embrace it, and whatever opportunity I get, just want to play my role and try to help this team win.
What sort of growth do you see for yourself in this last quarter of the season? Like, what are you focused on right now down the stretch?
Honestly, I'm just trying to help this team win. It's not fun losing. It sucks, honestly. So, just trying to get back in the win column. Obviously, we got a point, the last couple games, so you can kind of look at that as a positive, but we know we got more in this room, and obviously we want to win, so just trying to do that and try to get the 2 points tomorrow.
I know Scott has kind of been a bit of a mentor for you a lot, and we'll see what happens here, but how would you describe kind of what he's meant being a teammate of yours?
Yeah, he's been nothing but good to me. Honestly, I haven't known him long, but probably wouldn't be the person I am right now without him. Just a great teammate. Yeah, it's unfortunate, obviously. It sucks.
Performance here tonight, right?
Yeah, I thought first period was fine, pretty even period. Second period, all penalties, and they had the better third period than us. Goalie kept us in there and got us a point.
This morning you didn't think there was going to be any roster management.
Yeah.
What happened? What played out?
Well, just things changed, right, as the day went along, and we held those guys out.
How does that impact the room?
Well, it does. I mean, it's tough. Like, we want to win games, and when you come to the rink and there's three important players that aren't in the lineup, it's going to impact the guys. But I thought the guys came out and were ready to play, which that's important. I thought our captain led the way in that department. I thought he worked tonight and competed, but it's tough for sure.
What did you make of Easton?
He did a lot of good things. There's things that he's still learning, but did a good job on that goal. Willie did a good job getting the net, and made some plays. But I wasn't disappointed with his performance.
Oliver hadn't missed a game yet all year, and he still has term on his deal. Like, how does that conversation go when you say you're sitting him for this reason?
Well, really, it's not a conversation too much that I had with him today. I let him know that he not going to play, and there's not a lot to say. He knows what's going on, it's more of a conversation that Brad would have with him.
What do you want Easton to focus on down the stretch here? What's important for him this last quarter?
For me, it's just being a little more sticky and heavy in the battles and things like that, and just understanding that he doesn't always have to make a play. He's got to manage the game, which I thought he did a pretty good job tonight of that. There's times where he tried to force things, or he sees things and he wants to make that play, but for me, it's all about him down the stretch here doing things harder, getting more firm, and he's got to grow still and get stronger for sure. But just hound and forward check and do those things and be responsible defensively. So he did some good things tonight, and there's always things that he can do better.
Austin's gone 9 games without a goal.
Yeah.
Offensively, you seen him forcing it or pushing
I
it?
don't see him forcing it. I he's getting opportunities, and it's tough, and it's tough on him, tough on the team, because we need him to produce. It's not like he's not getting his looks. It's just they're not going in right now. He's just got to stick with it. And I think he does a lot of other good things in the game. It's not just about scoring, but he'll come out of it. I have confidence in him, and sometimes you just got to get a greasy goal around the net.
Do you sense it's weighing on him at all?
I don't sense it. I don't see that or hear it from him. But anytime those scores go a little bit of time without scoring, definitely it's going to weigh on him for sure. That's human nature.
What did you see from him on the leadership side? You said he kind of helped you in that regard tonight.
I thought that, my conversation with him and the leaders, and I thought he went out in the first period and showed we're here to play, and I know we're missing guys, and it's not easy to deal with that, but in my opinion, from a work standpoint and a compete standpoint, he went out and dictated how we're going to play the game.